Your parents are in Jango's third mansion custody. Are they alright? I don't know it. I just found out from my friend. I've planned everything. When I can escape? She asked eagerly, hoping to leave within seconds before Jango comes. It will take hours, or at least a day, because if Jango catches us, we won't be able to handle the consequences from his other connections, just like he deals with his rival gang. Sure, then I'll wait. Zoya, thanks. The room door was knocked on. Then Zoya looked at the door in tension and glanced back at Why. I think Jango came back so quickly. What should we do? I lay through the other side of the door in this room. Okay. Zoya hurriedly opened the second door of the room and left from there. Then one went to the first door, opened it, and saw Jango. He was half-eyed, not seeing clearly, with bloodstains on his suit and scratches on his face. He was totally senseless, his intoxicated body barely managing to stay steady, with both arms resting on the girl's shoulders. Ma'am, please move aside. She did. The girls took Jango to the bed and laying him down carefully. They then came back to Juan, who was staring at them in disbelief, as Jango was in drunken state with stains. Please change Sa's clothes. No, I can't do that. You guys change his clothes? Sa will kill us if we do that. Also, we already trembling just to bring him back without his permission. So please, could you kindly change his clothes? Okay. Thanks, ma'am. They bowed to her and left, and Warren glanced at Jango with dislike. What made him drink so much that he wasn't even in his sense? And what violence did he do? From top to bottom covered in blood stains. Do I really need to change his clothes? No. She was ignoring him with a disgusted look, but she noticed his scratches and a wound on his hand with dried blood, even though she didn't want to care for him. But she changed her mind to treat his wound, because her aim is to become a doctor, representing her sensitive nature. Okay, let's start his wound like a human first. I'll start by removing his shirt. It's making me feel like vomiting. She got on the bed beside him, sitting on her knees, bending over to him. She started unbuttoning his shirt from the upper side, when he suddenly grabbed her hand without opening his eyes, asking her in drunkenness. She flinched. Who the hell are you to touch me? It's me. What do you mean it's me? He continues, holding her hand, open his eyes, sees her above him, which surprised him slightly. Oh, darling, you are naughty. You are pretending like you don't want, but when I'm drunk, you are undressing me further. What? You are misunderstanding my actions. He pulled her towards him, about to give wet kisses on her face and hugging her, but she stopped him. Don't touch me. Don't be shy, Warren. Come on, open up. When he touched her inappropriately, she froze in embarrassment. I said, don't touch me. She slapped him strongly, which brought him back to his senses from intoxication. With a single slap, she moved away from him as he could, holding his cheek, realizing what he was about to do. I'm not a slave for you to use whenever you want. What? Am I treating you like my slave? You are my wife. I'm trying to make love with you. Love? What's love here? Expect obsession. Shut up. Don't dare to say mine is an obsession again. She forcefully tried on your name here, which hurt me. If you really love me, then you shouldn't have done this. I had to do this because you keep denying that you aren't mine. And what's wrong? If you want, I can also get a tattoo of your name on my chest. That's how much I love you. Oh, sure. Go ahead and tattoo my name there. Let's see if you actually do it. Jango remained silent, simply passing by her, slamming the door. I'm sure he won't actually get a tattoo. It's just empty words. She dismissed the idea, convinced that he wouldn't follow through. Warren was casually exploring the mansion, carefully observing its contents. She stopped when she heard her name being called angrily from the corridor. She turned back and saw Zoya approaching with an angry expression. What happened, Zoya? Why are you angry? Why did you tell him to get a tattoo? Because he was claiming his obsession as love, which I didn't like, so I told him to prove it. Are you crazy? Ryan's face went blank, not understanding why Zoya was so angry. Jango loves his girlfriend more than himself, but it turned into an obsession. Because of the consequences he faced alone when she left him. Now he went and got your tattoo on his chest just because you asked him to. I'm sorry, Zoya. I didn't think he would actually do it. That's enough for him. You've already caused a mess. I apologize. Please don't hold it against me. I'm not someone who betrays others for personal gain. I'm helping you because I want Jango. That's all. One side in favor. Be ready tomorrow. Early morning we are leaving from here, while Jungkook is deeply asleep. After I reunite with your parents, I'll return to my Jungkook, and it will be our secret. Thanks. Zoya hummed with a cold tone and left, leaving Ryan alone there. Am I doing something wrong? If I really knew how much he loves his girlfriend and how obsessive he can be, then I shouldn't have told him to get a tattoo like that. But it's balanced. There is nothing wrong because he tattooed me, so I got his tattoo too. It's fair. Anne skips to midnight. Ryan wasn't feeling sleepy. She was tense, waiting for Zoya to come to her room. She heard the door, so she pretended to be asleep, thinking it might be a Jungkook coming. As she suspected, Jungkook was the one who entered. He walked towards her, sat on the edge of the bed, looking at her sleepy face. I thought it didn't hurt you when I got the tattoo on your skin, but it wasn't until I tattooed myself on my heart that I realized how much it hurts. I'm sorry. She felt like her ears weren't working, hearing an apology from him while pretending to be asleep. But she peeked at him and saw. Then her heart skipped a beat. She told him get a tattoo, but he tattooed her entire face on his chest, which was even more unbelievable. I shouldn't have tattooed, and I'm sorry for my actions before too, but I can admit my actions as wrong in front of you. I don't like to appear weak, but I'll make sure from this moment to be kind to you, even if you try to provoke my anger on purpose. Why? Saying this, he patted her head. She frowned, feeling that he wasn't around when she peeked and saw him closing the door from outside, leaving her. 2 hours later, Zoya sneaked into Ryan's room and found her already sitting and waiting. Hadn't you slept yet? She asked in a loud tone, not wanting to be loud. Ryan shook her head sadly. What are you, said? Aren't you happy to finally be free from my Jango? It's nothing. Shall we go? Yeah. Zoya with wisdom led Ryan to a secret tunnel under the mansion, ensuring they weren't seen by Jango's girl. She also managed to release Ryan's parents without detection. Mom, Dad, she ran towards them with tears in her eyes, seeing them warmly. They hugged her and she broke the hug to check them for any wounds or scratches. She was supposed to find none. She had thought Jango might have harmed them. We are both fine, Ryan. Please calm down. Did Jango hurt you, Ryan? She shook her head, but asked them, causing her dad to swallow hard. Mom, how do you know about Jango? He kept insisting that I must only go, but I don't believe him. Zoya told me his girlfriend is already dead. What's happening on me? No one. It has nothing to do with him. Let's leave urgently. He interrupted, but Zoya suspected something was off at the moment. What? How does your mom know about Jango already? Before she could speak, her dad stopped by holding his wife's hand. We are grateful for your big help, Zoya, but we need to leave first. Let's postpone that discussion. Okay, get in the car. I'll take you to my private jet. They all nodded in agreement. Meanwhile, Jungkook aggressively hurried down the stairs, cursing each and every one of the girls for being useless. How the hell did you all let her escape? How could she run away alone by passing all this security? The girls trembled trying to figure out how Ryan escaped so easily. They had been searching for her until now. Damn it. Inform all our girls and increase the alert. I don't care if she leaves the city or the whole university. She has to be with me before the end of the day. He commanded them to leave, hunt for Ryan. But then he realized that why Zoya wasn't there. Did Zoya help Ryan or something else happened? He rushed to Zoya's room and confirmed she had helped Ryan. He couldn't control his anger. He destroyed the whole room and screamed. But he remembered that no one had seen Ryan, so they must have escaped through the secret tunnel. He then called his other girls and instructed them to trace Zoya's phone. 30 minutes later, while the rain was falling heavily, a source of light was peeking slightly through the dark clouds. It wasn't bright, but could see lightly. A car was speeding fast in the heavy rain. Zoya was driving the car swiftly, feeling tense. Her car had a puncture and she struggled to keep control while gripping the steering wheel. The car had to stop in the midst of the road during the heavy rain, causing everyone inside to jerk forward until the car finally stopped. But when Ryan raised her head and looked forward, she was stunned as she saw her death in front of her eyes. There was Jango and his dad, drenching in rain and staring at the car. She understood they were the reason the car had stopped, and they had no other way to escape. Jango was still pointing the revolver at the car, signaling for them to get out. Then they were all slowly getting out of the car one by one. He first saw one, and his eyes turned from anger to concern. How could you be ready to leave me like this, boy? He asked her, but she didn't answer him. But when he saw her dad also getting out of the car, his blood boiled. Even though he was soaked in the rain, he took big steps towards them. You came here again to separate us. When Jungkook was about to hit Ryan's turn, Ryan pushed Jungkook away from her dad. Jungkook screamed in pain when his back was stabbed by a sharp big stone. Seeing that Jungkook's dad was becoming aggressive, he hit her head strongly with an iron rod. He was about to hit her again, but Jungkook screamed, "Dad, please don't hurt my wife." Everyone was shocked by Jungkook's continued concern for her. Ryan held her head, squeezing her eyes shut while pressing her hands to her heart spun rapidly as if someone were hammering her brain with an iron fist. With a pained expression, she knelt in the rain as memories from her past rushed through her mind. It was a confusing mix of familiar moments, making her feel even more fragile as the memories flooded back to her. One, she tried to get her from the rock. Then she opened her eyes, looked at him with her big eyes, but her response to him made all them disbelieving, except her dad. Jango, she yelled his name in pain. Seeing him bleeding, she ran to him, crying, and when Jango tried to move, she held him, crying and hugging him. Mr. John couldn't understand her response, the sudden change. But what happened next made all them understand the worst about her escape from her dad. Oh no, my wife has weakened her memories again. Jango looked at him in shock. Now he understood how Wayne changed and disliked him. Wayne was still hugging him, crying, and not listening to what was being said around her. At the hospital. I'm sorry, Wayne. I thought he would harm you or even try to murder you because he belongs to a mafia family. That's why when you had your accident and lost your memories, I told your mom not to reveal anything about your past. I also told her that Jungkook was obsessed with you, and you considered it as love. He said it with guilt, his eyes getting red as he realized Jungkook's love for his daughter. But she didn't even look into his eyes, remaining silent and not forgiving him. She just passed by him, ignoring him, and went to someone who was sitting alone and looking sad. Yes, Zoya sat alone, lost in her thoughts. Wayne approached her and sat beside her, gently placing her hand on Zoya's back hand, another on her shoulder. Zoya didn't meet Ryan's gaze. Her heartbreak was visible. Ryan called out her, making Zoya to finally look at her face. I really don't know what to say to you. Or what should I do, Zoya? To rescue your life for me, to escape when I needed your help. I understand how much you want Jango. You help me simply because you want him. You can ask for anything from me. And I won't say no. I'll give you everything you want. Here I am stupid and became crazy when Jungkook showed love to his girlfriend. When I found out she had died in an accident, I started developing feelings for him. I waited for the right time to make him mine. But my fate had other plans. Jungkook's name wasn't written in my fate because of your and his sincerity. Even your dad wanted to separate you both, but fate brought you back together forcefully. Today it made you regain your memory. By the way, I suffer his love too, even though I may not be loved back by him. I would still be happy if Jungkook is happy with you. Best of luck your new life with Jango. She smiled tightly with puppy eyes, making Warren tear up. Then Warren gave Zoya a tight hug, bursting into tears. After getting emergency surgery to treat his wounds, despite the intense pain he endured, Jungkook is now lying down on the bed, shirtless. When Warren opened the doors of the room, she slowly walked towards him, not making noise to disturb him, as he was resting there calmly. She stood beside him, her eyes watering as she saw him like that, regretting why she unknowingly had to push him. Her eyes moved slowly from his face to his chest, where her face was beautifully tattooed. The view hit her very hard. She sighed as she extended her hand, gently touching his chest in a caressing way. A tear dropped from her eye directly onto his other arm, which made him wake up slowly. When he saw her face with tears in her eyes, as her hand was on his chest, she again looked at his face with her poor teary eyes and found him he was already looking at her deeply. He might not say it was pain, but his eyes revealed how much pain he was bearing. I'm extremely sorry, Jango, for not being able to keep our promise. Her voice is cracking as she tries to apologize to him, but he gives her a painful expression. Is it necessary to say sorry to me still? When I forced you, thinking you had changed, not knowing you lost your memories. That said, she couldn't control herself, crying and lowering her head down. He tried to stop her, but she didn't stop. He managed to get up somehow, even though it was causing him pain. He then took her in his embrace, comforting her, as tears were already coming from his eyes. Moments are passing, and they are still hugging each other until now. They slowly break the hug, looking into each other's eyes with love and sadness too. Please, Jango, it's absolutely necessary to say sorry to you. Because of me, you are in this condition. Because of me, you turned from angel to anti, not able to live without me. Because of my dad, you totally changed and consider me based on what you know about my dad. You are a man of your word, Jango. As I asked, you promised to by doing as I asked. I told you that even if I had to change or something has happened in the future, then don't leave me. Instead, make me yours again. I'm always yours. I belong to you, only to you, and you prove it that you did as I asked you. But I'm feeling guilty, Warren. I couldn't realize how much I hurt you with my anger. I even scared you and tattooed it on your chest. I'm sorry. Then she held his hand and brought it towards her chest, making him place his palm on her chest. Although it may have caused pain at the time, the tattoo is a symbol of love to me. I feel proud to see it on my chest every second. Please give me another tattoo on my body too. No, Warren. I'm pleading with you, Jango. Please consider it. Very well, if that's what you want. You're truly an amazing lover, Jango. Your love knows no bounds. Jango gazes at her with a blank expression. The love, passion, and dangerous obsession have left me speechless. I think I'm the only one in this world who is loved dangerously by their partner. But I'm a villain boy. But I'm the one who made you a villain, Jango. He couldn't say another word, but she looked at his lips, seeking a kiss, while his hand remained on her chest. Kiss me,